There is another arrest that was made, but a familiar name. This is a different assault. Christopher Fantastic already in custody on unrelated charges, and I think he was arrested by Gilbert police. Well, he's now been arrested by Mesa Police for another assault. It lends itself now to this organized group of people that were doing this, that it was not just random acts. If this kid's involved in a couple of these things, how far does this go with this 18-year-old? And I say kid because he's a kid to me, but he's an adult, and he's going to be tried as an adult, and he should be tried as an adult. That there needs to be a message sent about this. And I'll tell you that this is also an example of what kids are enduring all over the place. Trust me, the intimidation that happens in public schools, in Phoenix, and everywhere else. I've been talking about this before there were acts of violence that we knew about. I have videos that people have sent me of beatdowns at school. At school. This is we need to be sending a better message to young people. I've been just texting with a friend of mine about how much we hate bullies. And it's something that I grew up with a rough group of guys, and they were pretty rough. But I never was around bullies. Never. I was around people that looked out for somebody that was weaker. It was just the way they were. Matter of fact, if you were bullying people, it was they would go after a bully on somebody's behalf that they didn't know. It's just kind of the lowest form of, and I think we've all been a victim of it to some degree. Maybe some of us have done a little bit of it. I don't know how to describe it, but never to this degree, where these kids are finding some pleasure in not only beating somebody down in public in front of other people, immensely outnumbered, but videotaping it and posting it on social media. I think that's part of the society we live in now. Everything's on social media. Everything has to be a picture and a videotape. Everything has to be. But this kid now on multiple occasions has been accused, not been convicted of anything, but video evidence has connected him with a couple of different assaults. So is this something, because I had friends that fought. So I had friends that would get in fights. But if you've got videotape that's been posted on social media to show the beatdowns, it does look like this was part of a plan. Let's go out tonight or tomorrow night or whatever night. Let's go find somebody and beat them up. Is there somebody we have a grudge against? Oh, look, that's so-and-so. I hate that kid from school. Let's go beat him up. You videotape it. We're going to beat him up. What it's led to is this young man, Preston Lord, is dead. And I understand a parent's instinct to protect their child. But if you're a parent of any of these kids that are involved in this, the problem with this is also the way you, what you teach your kids. I can tell you this, that being a part of anything like that would have been horrifying to my family. Just being there. You should stop somebody. If three of your friends are going to beat somebody up and you don't say, it can't be 3-on-1, there's something wrong with you. If you're with a group of people and somebody says, let's go do this, and you don't say no. An example of that is I had some friends that I knew that were going to go do something stupid that I don't think they intentionally were going to break the law, but I knew it was not a good idea. And I jokingly said to my friends, see you guys later, call me from jail, joking around. They all got arrested that day. Still friends with them, but what I wasn't going to do was participate in something that I knew was going to lead to a crime. Does that make sense? Now, these are all good guys. These are all really good men. At the time, they were obnoxious teenagers, and fortunately for them, they were able to, they got on track. They were always good people, but they were no longer idiots. They found a way, and somebody found a way to get through to them, and they all became great adults, great fathers, great husbands, great in business. But you had to have somebody that wouldn't tolerate it. Now, I certainly wasn't any better than they were. I just was not going to go along for that part of it. And every one of them was a stand-up person in this regard. There wasn't peer pressure, and so maybe that's part of it here, that you don't want to look lame by walking away. Well, I'll tell you, you're going to be you're going to be someone that has a lot more pride in yourself if you walk away or if you intervene. Standing up to the people that you don't like is easy. It's easy to tell somebody you dislike they're wrong and I don't want to be around you. It's not as easy with people that you like, your friends. Hey, you're wrong on this one. But in this case, these parents, they have to know at some point, some of these parents have to know that their kids were there. Even if their kids weren't participating, their kids were there. And they should be having that conversation with their kids. How could you just stand there? Why didn't you leave? Why would you stand there and be a part of that? I know you didn't throw any punches, but why would you do that? Now you've got a kid that's been arrested twice, 2 separate incidents at 2 different times. Now we're starting to see a pattern with these groups. How many of these videos, when you've got these experts with video, how many of these experts are looking at these videos and seeing the same kids in multiple videos? This is going to lead to a really, really big deal. For an 18-year-old, he's going to learn a very valuable lesson in life. And it's going to cost him. It's going to cost him a lot, and I think it should. Matter of fact, I know that it should.
Thanks for watching The Mike Broomhead Show. Tap to watch the first season of Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast. You can also click the button in the middle to subscribe.